Welcome back everyone to episode 24 in our devlog series. This week has been pretty slow for the team due to everyone getting busy with the last few weeks of school and just some other reasons that couldn't really work on the game. Though in the next upcoming weeks we should be back on track working on the game as hard as we can and just pumping out these devlogs. This week I mostly just focused on rewriting the combat manager script we use for equipping weapons to the player and other such things like that. Anyways, before we get too far into the details, let's give our sponsor a big thank you and stay tuned till the end for an announcement we have for everyone. Boxophobic creates amazing content on the Unity asset store. We personally use many of his assets in our own project. The vegetation engine and the atmospheric high fog are two perfect assets that make our world feel so much better and just so much more alive. The vegetation engine is a super useful tool we started to implement into our project that helps the trees, bushes, and grass feel way more alive than before. With the ability to easily implement seasons, wind, wetness, and much more, we knew that it was a perfect asset for us. We not only stand by the vegetation engine, but the atmospheric high fog as well. Allowing for multiple different fog sections in the same scene helps change the mood in specific areas of our maps. Not only can you change the fog in certain areas using the override feature, you can also have 3D animated noise that also aids in making this fog feel so much better. If you guys are interested in supporting us and Boxophobic, go check out his asset store page. These assets are really cheap for what they do, and using these will make your scene feel so much more alive. So go check them out in the description below. So getting right back into our devlog, the biggest issue we're facing at the moment is the combat handler. The combat manager is basically just a lot of spaghetti code somehow working together. Since I used to implement new features without really taking time to plan out those features out, spaghetti code was pretty much inevitable. Many features were all over the place and there was not much organization to the script at all, so I wanted to give it the same treatment as I did to some other player scripts that we have. The importance of doing this was to make sure that we had a good foundation to re-handle the way we want combat done in this project, because we really want to nail the basic combat. Really terrible game due to it not having fun combat, which is basically like 80% of the whole project. So that's why we really are taking time to reorganize and refactor a bunch of scripts just to make sure we get that combat as perfect as we can. While I worked on getting the combat handler set up, Perforator worked on making something very impressive. We really wanted to get some simple clothes on the player model, so I asked Perforator to do it since Excelsius stated that he wasn't the best at armor and he didn't really mind if Perforator took a crack at it. The next day, Perforator really surprised me when he sent me over an image of the new armor. It's a simple leather armor on the original player model, but it looks fantastic. The last thing he did for the armor was make sure that the armor wasn't going to break once we added animations to it, because that's one of the biggest worries when you're adding clothes and other such features onto a model. And the next day he sent over a video showing that there wasn't any tears in the model when he had an animation playing with it. So that really surprised me and the team, and it just looked fantastic. And I just want to thank both of them, Excelsius for making that a gorgeous player model and for Perforator creating that amazing piece of armor. In addition to that, he created a amazing looking church model. It's a nice little building that we're gonna have in our worlds now, so it's just another building that's gonna fill up the world and just make it feel so much better. Really can't wait to see it in game, and it looks fantastic. Before we end off this video, I want to give out a big announcement. Our team is looking for someone who can join our team to handle the animation side of the project. We want someone who's well knowledgeable in the Unity animator system and will be able to set up combos, movement animations, and other such animation features. We want this project to be as amazing as it can be, so we want someone who can get their hands really dirty with the animation side. So if you think that's you, just go join our Discord and say it in our general talking chat, and we would love to get in touch with everyone who's interested. So So that's all we really could do this devlog. A lot of us had things to do, so it was really hard to squeeze in time to work on the project. Though next week I hopefully will have the combat manager completely set up and working, and I'll start on improving the combat feel of the game. Before we end it though, I want to thank Inconspicuous and Deathstroke for being our Patreons. If you're interested in helping out our project, there is a Patreon and an itch page down below you can donate to. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next devlog.